On the 28th of February 2026, the United States and Israel launched strikes on Iran. A war began. Oil prices spiked. The Strait of Hormuz, the narrow channel through which nearly 30% of the world's seaborne oil passes, was closed. The world braced for chaos. One country quietly started taking notes. China is the world's largest importer of crude oil. Around one-third of its entire supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz. When the blockade began, Beijing faced an immediate energy crisis. Oil prices surging toward $100 a barrel, supply chains severed overnight. That is the story most people know. Here is the story they don't. In the 2 months before the strikes, China increased its oil imports by 16%, stockpiling, preparing, as if it knew what was coming. The moment the war began, China moved on 4 fronts simultaneously. First, energy. With Gulf oil blocked, Beijing accelerated deals with North Africa, Central Asia, and Russia. Chinese clean energy exports, solar panels, lithium batteries, electric vehicles, hit a record $21.9 billion in March 2026 alone. The countries that couldn't get Gulf oil needed alternatives. China sold them. Second, diplomacy. While America fought, China talked. Beijing dispatched its special envoy on the Middle East to West Asia. President Xi Jinping called Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman directly, urging the strait be kept open, positioning China as the voice of reason in a region watching American bombs fall. Third, currency. Iran and China used the crisis to accelerate their shared goal, ending the dominance of the US dollar in global oil trade. Around 80% of global oil transactions are still settled in dollars. Both countries want that number to fall. The war gave them cover to move faster. Fourth, intelligence. China's military has been watching every US strike, every naval maneuver, every blockade tactic. The Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Malacca are strikingly similar choke points. What America is doing to Iran's coastline today, China is studying for Taiwan tomorrow. None of this means China is winning without cost. It lost access to nearly 5.4 million barrels per day of below-market Iranian oil. Every percentage point rise in oil prices shaves growth from its economy. But here is what separates China's position from America's. America is spending blood and money on a war it cannot end. China is spending diplomacy and patience on a crisis it did not start. America is burning influence. China is building it. In Beijing, they have a phrase for this kind of strategy. It translates roughly as hide your strength, bide your time. The war in Iran is not over. The strait may reopen. A deal may be struck. But the shift in global power that this war has accelerated will not be undone by a ceasefire. The country that fires the most missiles is not always the country that wins.